All right, what's up everyone? So I have survived 1 month of my journey back to fit. And it's crazy to think that's already been 4 weeks on this journey back to fit. I was just remembering, it was like yesterday where I could order whatever I wanted to, I could eat whatever I wanted to, I didn't have to work out. Yeah, I was uncomfortable with my belly being bigger and not feeling healthy, but man, it's crazy how to think just like a month ago I could DoorDash whatever I wanted to, and now I'm like, oh wait, I have chicken and broccoli in the fridge, or I have some, ceviche or whatever I'm eating. Like it's delicious food. I will say that the taste is getting better, but there's days where I'm like, man, it's so convenient to just live unhealthy. Like, I get it. Like the society, the culture that we've created is like, hey, unhealthy food is way more convenient and cheap and it tastes way better. And if you want to eat real food, it's going to cost you. If you want to eat real food that isn't manufactured in a plant, it's weird how it's so backwards, but I totally understand the convenience of living an unhealthy lifestyle because it's like an uphill battle, right? And unfortunately, that's the way society has set it up for us. So you do have to fight an uphill battle if you want health, if you want to lose body fat. Yeah, it can be harder for sure. But I will say this, 4 weeks in now, it is getting easier because I know my routine. I know like what the workouts consist of. My body's starting to get used to the workouts. Like I'm not in great shape yet by any means, but I'm down a little over 22 pounds, I think. Yeah, around 22 pounds or so. And it's the hard part in the beginning is becoming easier now, where it was hard in the beginning, like, hey, meal prepping, spending all that time grocery shopping and, cooking all the food and then going to the gym every day. Like that's a huge change from going from like, oh, eating whatever I want to and not going to the gym to all of a sudden like being disciplined in that. But it is becoming easier. And this is why, for me, I think the biggest difference of this program versus other programs is the fact that we do these little things that make a huge difference, like making our bed every morning, like taking a cold shower every day, meditating, doing a gratitude journal, positive affirmations. And these kinds of things train your brain to become comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. And if you can train your brain to do that, like in a cold shower, yeah, it sucks. But your brain is being trained to remain calm and not freak out in an uncomfortable situation. And it's a similar thing when we're exercising, right? That's uncomfortable. And your brain's like, hey, we got this. We can do this now because now you've trained your brain that and made it believe that you can do hard things. Same thing with eating healthy food, like in meal prepping. It's like now that we've done these little things, it carries over into these bigger things. And that's where the journey starts to become, I wouldn't say easier necessarily, but you become stronger. And so it doesn't seem as hard. And so, yeah, 4 weeks in, down, over 22 pounds now, which is great. It's great progress. And, but I know that the next 3 months is where it's going to be, I'm fighting for small results week to week. And that's just part of the journey. And I'm excited for the next 3 months because next month I'm switching it up. I'm going to be doing, going back to paleo, vegan, and vegetarian for a week at a time, just like I did on the journey of gaining weight, to show people now, educate people on how to do these diets the right way. If you're going to be a vegan, do paleo or a vegetarian, I showed people how to do it the wrong way, and now it's time to show them how to do it the right way. So I'm excited for the changes. There's going to be, and the workouts change every 2 weeks, right? So my body is adapting and adjusting to the workouts. So I know that I trust the process. I trust in the process that the results will come because my body is going to continue to adapt and it's going to be hard, right, for the rest of the journey, but that's just part of it. This past week, I wouldn't say there was a huge difference. The only thing that I've noticed is, and this is what I tell my followers, is when I'm following the meal plans, a lot of people look at the meal plans and they try and follow it to a T, like 100% in exactness, which is good for some people. But for me, that's not how I live a healthy lifestyle normally. Like I don't meal prep and have my meals planned out for the next week. Like that's great because it makes it easier, like using my app and having access to the grocery list and then the recipes and then the meal plans. It does dumb it down and make it simpler. But for me, sometimes like there's times where I'm like, hey, I'm too busy today, got too many business meetings or whatever, I don't have time to meal prep. Sometimes I'll pay like an assistant of mine to come and meal prep the food for me, or I'll just be like, okay, what's the meal for today? and oh, I don't have that chicken prepared, I'm going to have tuna instead, or I'm going to have steak or eggs instead, some type of protein source with some fat. And there's always room for substitutes like that. And that's what I'm trying to tell my followers. Or let's say like someone was sick one day or they didn't sleep well, maybe skip the workout that day and then double up on the workouts tomorrow. I think a lot of people sometimes they think if they fail at one thing, then it's all over. Like, oh my gosh, I missed a workout. I hate myself. I'm beating myself up, and I might as well quit. So give me the ice cream, give me that wine, give me that chocolate, and that's what we can't do. That's why I'm trying to break that cycle for people. And that's why doing these little things that I mentioned in the beginning makes such a huge difference. But, I am noticing, people are noticing every time I go to the gym, like there's certain people that are like, man, I can't believe how much progress you made. And this is, I think, another part of the journey is the feedback loop. We as humans, we need feedback loop sometimes to stay motivated to keep going, because what I've noticed is like, yeah, people are complimenting me every single day when they see me, like, oh my gosh, a huge difference, you look great, blah, blah, blah. But then when I was fit all the time, no one ever said anything. No one's like, oh my gosh, you look great today. It's like, yeah, we've seen you. That's what you look like. And I think people, when they are on this journey, maybe they hit a plateau or maybe they reach their goal and they stop getting that feedback loop from people, then it kind of dies down. They're like, okay, well, I need, it's a kind of subconscious. You don't really realize it's happening, but it's at the subconscious level where you need that feedback loop sometimes. And so sometimes people go back to their old ways, right? They gain the weight back, and then they go on another journey to lose the weight. And then people are like, oh my gosh, you look amazing, like giving that feedback. And so it's important for us to be aware of that, so that, let's say we're missing that and no one's complimenting us anymore, who cares? Like, okay, I don't need that now, once you're aware of it. So anyways, I'm excited to have 1 month checked off of this journey, 3 more months to go. And we'll see what the results are. I can't control that part of the process. I can control, eating healthy food, eating less food, exercising every day, pushing myself in the gym, sleep for the most part, right? Trying to lower my stress or manage my stress as best as possible. And I can't really control what happens when I step on the scale. So that's another important thing to remember. But anyways, we'll get through this together, you guys. Keep pushing forward and don't give up on yourself. You're worth it. So we'll see you next week.